Hello and welcome to Conan Exiles with Cypher Gaming. This will be the very first episode in a series of beginning to end game for Conan Exiles. And this first episode is going to focus more on some of the very basics of the game, just to get familiar with the mechanics and some of the first steps of getting started with the game. Further episodes down the road will include more content and we'll have a lot more playthrough. But this very first video, like I said, is going to focus more on some of the just mechanics, game mechanics and basics of the game. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, we're in the desert. I'll show you where we are. We're way down here. This is one of, I believe, 2 spawn points that you could start at. I believe the other one is like right over here. Anyhow, you start with literally nothing. As you can see in my inventory, I have nothing. I have no clothing on. This right here, this will grow with time once I unlock more feats, more recipes in order to make various different things. We'll get more into that in depth down the road, but let's start by working through some of these menu options. The next tab over, we got knowledge. So this is where you will basically purchase a lot of the recipes you'll need for crafting anywhere from garments to weapons to planters to furniture. This menu is everything you need in order to craft, well, to survive, and make a living in the exiled lands. The first menu option here, this is just the just basic build. This is a home page, a basic building that you can unlock, but each of the next tabs will expound on the individual skills. So we went from apprentice mason, well, now we can also make stairs and roofs and fences and hatches, all kinds of stuff. And as you level up, you'll unlock more recipes, you'll unlock access to various different things. As you can see, minimum level for this is level 30. We are currently level 4. We are going to be playing on an online server, so some of the game settings are a little different than what would be set for the basic standards for the game. But as you can see on the right hand side, it tells you what level you need to have and how many feat points it costs. Up above, you'll see that I'm level 4. I have 3 available feat points. I've spent 0. So that'll tell you how many feat points you have in order to unlock recipes. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend my first 1. So now I can start building with that. This one costs 0, level 1. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just go through and purchase a couple basic ones. Alright, so I have 2. I leveled up between now and when I started, so I unlocked 2 more feat points, so I'm gonna go ahead and unlock these. As you can see, every time you unlock something new, initially, you'll have access to more recipes. You'll see the journey steps will pop up, offering more challenges that you can pursue, which we'll get into very shortly here. And I have 1 left, and I just spent 5. I have none left. So this menu here, this is your attributes menu. This is where you get various perks for your character in order to survive the elements. I usually like to at least start, because much later in the game you can actually make a potion to reset all of these attributes and all of these knowledge points, and we'll get into that down the road. But I like to start by putting points in expertise until I'm done building, because especially when an online server has the settings where you harvest 3 times or 5 times the standard amount. The weight of your character does add up. The weight of your inventory does add up. So by putting points in expertise, it expands how much inventory I can carry, which comes super in handy when you're starting out. It's one of the biggest tips I offer is strive to get all 20 of your expertise points, at least initially, and then much later make some minor adjustments to what you would need. Obviously, the very first perk of vitality is passive health regeneration, so you want to shoot for that as soon as you can as well. So typically what I'll do is I'll get that first pick for vitality, and then I'll focus the rest of my points on expertise as time goes on. So this right here is your stats tab. This will tell you, well, your stats, everything about your character, total health, all kinds of stuff. This can come in handy for a lot of different reasons, but this is what that menu is. Now here's journey. I mentioned this briefly before. As you level up and you unlock more feats, you will unlock more journey steps, and these are various different challenges you can complete to earn some additional XP for your character to add to, well, just to level up faster by completing these verbatim. It's right here. It's a clan roster. I'm gonna go ahead and make a clan because this server does require a clan for your character, so I'm just gonna call it so I've created a clan, and then followers. So this follower management, this will come in handy. We'll go through this down the road. But whenever you have a pet or you have thralls that you have tamed, if you will, you will see their names in here. And then next we have the map. You can access the map by just clicking right on the D-pad. You don't have to go into this menu to get to the map. And then lastly is Bazaar. This is where you can purchase, kind of like you could with Battle Pass and like Modern Warfare and whatnot. You can purchase different packs and whatnot for the game. This is a fairly new feature. This just started, I think 2 years ago now. And then you can also pay for the DLCs. You can access the DLCs directly through here. As you can see, I have all of the DLCs except for this one. Maybe I'll get that down the road, but right now I haven't. So as you can see, once again, my inventory is empty and my character is empty. The very first thing you're going to want to do when you start in the game is you're going to want to get dressed to fight the elements.
Behold, bonded one, the very boundaries of civilization. Beyond the passage of our highways.
I am beaten, left to rot among the ruins of the past. There are others here,
slaves, bandits, and cannibals.
Exiles
from lands I've never heard of. So what that's saying is that there's a lot of NPCs that you'll come across, and you'll see all kinds of stuff in the Exile lands, and we have so much to explore. I'm so excited to share the Exile lands with you folks. So as you can see right now, I am just gathering some plant fiber, which is what I need for the recipe to make some clothing. As you can see here, it tells you what you need. I need 1 plant fiber. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed.
I leave the last of my water.
And I will need to be able to heal much later, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making some of these rough wraps. And then twine I will need. I don't need it right now, but twine will be needed as part of the recipe. As you can see, It's part of the recipe to make a bedroll, where once you place a bedroll, that's where you can spawn. So I'll make one of those here soon as well, but I need to gather the materials for it. So. So I'm going to take this character to the northeast. Once we get to about here, we'll get some more action. But yeah, we're going to start traveling. We're going to start traveling to the east. Oh, I need branches. These are some online players that are not currently online. I do not know why they're there, but yeah, like I said earlier, we are playing on an online server, so we'll see other players' builds, we'll see all kinds of stuff.
In the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
As you can see, this is someone's bedrolls for respawn. I'm gonna go ahead and make one now that I have what I need, because I will need that. Look at that, I gained another level. With each level comes more feat points and more attribute points that you can spend. So. Oh, I haven't made any weapons yet, so we're gonna have to fight this imp hand on hand combat. Okay, that went pretty well actually. I'm gonna go ahead, and I cannot harvest this because I don't have tools to do so. I gotta find some stones, which there's plenty of stones around. So now I'm gonna make some tools so we have them. All right. So as you can see, this grew a little bit because I accepted some more feats. Not all of your recipes will be in this area over here. Some of the recipes, like when you actually start building a structure and whatnot, you need to build you'll need to have a construction hammer, and it'll have more recipes within that within those menus of options in order to build. But there will be a lot more recipes that will grow here. So, and I need more stone. I'm gonna go ahead, and now that I have a pickaxe, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mine some stone. And I'm gonna make myself a skinning knife and daggers and a two-handed sword. So now I'm gonna put these in my rotary bar. I strongly recommend these dual daggers or a two-handed stone sword as starting weapons, because they do decent damage. but it's completely up to you. I do not remember if there is a difference in how much damage. Health damage 6. This stone sword does 8, so that 2 points of health damage does make a difference. And then they only do damage 5. But what's nice about the daggers in this game is their effects will stack, just like a lot of the weapons. The effects that they inflict will stack. For example, these stones inflict bleed damage, so the more you're attacking with them, the more bleed that's going to be inflicted, and the faster the health will fall. So my favorite go-tos are two-handed weapons and dual-wield daggers. But some people prefer the sword and shield. Some people prefer the mace and shield. Some people prefer, javelins and throwing axes. It just kind of all depends on your play style. So I'm using a skinny knife on this corpse, and I got some hide and feral flesh. I'm going to switch out my bedroll for one that I have unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and get some more recipes. I hear... Oh, I gotta take this guy out. Alright, so let's get some more stuff unlocked so I can get situated here. As you can see, the more recipes I unlock, the more challenges, journey steps that get unlocked in order to complete. So I have 2 points available. So I'll just have to hold off until I level up and get more stuff unlocked. So I prefer the rawhide. As you can see, I got 4 bleed damage on that attack because it's stacked. So take this guy out. These red imps, they actually blow up and just explode. So it's good to kill them quick, or if you do nearly kill them, because they do self-explode, just make sure you get far enough away so you don't inflict damage from their explosion. I've discovered Shattered Bridge. So this is where I'm at right now, and I'm gonna start making my way to the east. Because I want to build either on this isle right here, or maybe I'll go build on this one or this one. I'm not sure entirely where I want this character to live yet, but I will find a place for this character to build, so you get a handle on the mechanics, and then we'll call it good. Alright, so as you can see, these are some NPCs. I will need to fight them because I'm within their aggro range. So that worked well. That's one of the reasons why I like the two-handed sword, is because it has an unblockable attack, and it comes in handy when you're fighting more than one at one time. Okay, let's make our way east. In the desert, and then you gotta travel all that way again. One of the implementations that this server has is that if you die, you drop all of your inventory. So that's a setting in the online server. It can be changed. It just kind of depends on what the server owner wants to do. So I'm gonna go ahead. I reclaimed my stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest my corpse because I can use those mats for other things, like bone, hide. That stuff comes in handy. So. Okay, let us continue. Heal up a little bit again. Alright, so this right here is aloe. I can use this to make healing remedies. And I got some more enemies. Looks like just one. Oh, there's two. Another strategy I recommend is a spear, like this NPC is using.
I never wanted to be here.
Those work pretty well as well. As you can see, yeah, I got pretty bloody from that one. I'm gonna go ahead and make some healing potions. So this has some decent drops, it looks like. Some stuff that I could use. This is what the climbing mechanic looks like. So this right here, this is an admin build. He puts a lot of, the admin puts a lot of stuff in here for players to utilize. So let's see if we got anything this time. So this is a teleportation stone. You can, when you utilize it, you suffer something called corruption. We'll get into the mechanics of what that is down the road. But right now, for now, I just want to keep keep pushing, so we can get to some of the building mechanics of this game. Ow. So yes, there is fall damage, and I just have to face these guys now.
It's supposed to be like this.
running through here, I've aggroed just about every single one of those. They're called shalebacks. Almost missed them. The croc got these NPCs. Alright, what do I want to build? Let's keep going that way. So some of the resources, yeah, you can harvest from under the water here. There is a fishing mechanic, so you can fish. It's not like you'd expect from like Skyrim or in real life. You don't actually visibly have a fishing rod and sit on a dock and fish like that. You put down fishing traps. But you do have to be careful because there is a mechanic where you can drown and you can die. And that's that. Because I used my bedroll, I better make a new one. So I'll make a new one. So I aggroed the NPC camp behind me. So now they're chasing after me. First is I can drop something, or secondly, now that I've leveled up, I can add some more expertise, so I can continue to improve how much I can carry. As you can see, now the over encumbrance went away because I brought my expertise up, which adds more ability to carry more in your inventory. So now, let's go ahead and I'm gonna get some more bark from these trees. So as you can see, I constructed, or I created the construction hammer. The construction hammer is now what you need in order to build. So I'm gonna go ahead and start going through. So this right here is a basic 3x3 housing build shape. There's two different there's two building pieces you use in order to construct different things. For example, I use the square. I use these square foundations, and now I want to make a circular structure. Well, how do I do that? Well, I use the triangles. Um, it's it's basically just a giant puzzle of just alternating the triangles and the squares. This is one way to make a circle, a cylindrical structure, and then this is clearly a square. But there is an option. There is a way you can make a hexagon, and you can keep expanding the types of shapes you can make. So for this example, I'm gonna make a hexagon. How do I do that? Well, all I'm doing is I'm just placing only triangle pieces. As you can see, I was able to get it to connect, and it looks like that. So I do like the hexagon shape, so I like it a little more than this shape, but it depends on the situation. It depends on what kind of a build I'm going for. If I'm building a tower, I'll probably use a cylinder like this. So I need more wood. So you'll notice that there's a little white bar on each of the tools, and that white bar, that shows you how much time until the item breaks. So with that being said, when you see that, for example, we see it right now with this hatchet, I'm going to go up to it and I'm going to click triangle, in this case triangle, and it's going to repair it using whatever resources I have to repair it in my inventory. But if you don't have the resources, it won't let you repair it, and it'll tell you what resources you will need in order to repair it. So that's some of the basics of building. I won't make you sit here and watch me do this entire build, but I do appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to sharing more content with you, and stay tuned for more from Cypher Gaming. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day. Until next time.